to Composers in Focus, a look into the lives and music of some of the world's most resilient composers. From victims of the Holocaust to prisoners of war, we're here to tell their stories and make their voices known. Each of these composers face major challenges through world events, but are a testament to the unwavering determination of music. Today, we bring you the life and music of Isang Yun. World War II raged from 1939 to 1945, where Korean citizens would lead a resistance movement against Japan. Isang Yun was active in this movement, and his role in the political affairs would continue into the years following the world's deadliest conflict, with Yun being imprisoned in 1967 for his alleged connections to communism. He was kidnapped by the Korean Central Intelligence Agency, an organization established in 1961 by the military under Park Chung-hee. Yoon's life is one filled with adversity and undeniably twisted with a constantly shifting political climate. I'm a man living today, and within me is the Asia of the past combined with the Europe of today. My purpose is not an artificial connection, but I'm naturally convinced of the unity of these two elements. For that reason, it's impossible to categorize my music as either European or Asian. I am exactly in the middle. Isang Yun was born in 1917 within the county of Sangcheong in South Korea. He began composing by the age of 14 and would study music techniques in Japanese schools. By that time, the World War II had begun. Yun would find himself back in South Korea to be involved in the resistance movement. He remained in South Korea at the end of the war and taught music while continuing studies in Paris and Berlin. He studied many techniques during this time, from Western music theory and harmonization to composition with Tony Alban. All of this changed when the South Korean Secret Service kidnapped him. There, he was tortured and tried with little evidence, resulting in him being given the death sentence. Colleagues of Yun from all over the world formed action committees in order to fight the injustices that were facing him. These campaigns pushed for his release, and he was let go 2 years after the start of his imprisonment. Despite all of this, he remained an advocate for music and its power. Throughout his career, he was known for his desire to combine East Asian musical ideas with Western compositional techniques. Before his imprisonment, he was known for his 12-tone serialism techniques. He would then follow this by using his own form of musical expression and technique known as hopton. This was inspired by Korean traditional music and consisted of a sustained note that was varied through practices such as glissando and ornamentation. His imprisonment would change the way that he viewed music, however. He shifted into atonal composition that consisted of a simpler version of his hopton technique. These uniquely formed techniques would make him very popular in Western spheres, but his music was discouraged by the government in South Korea. After being released, he never returned to the country and settled permanently as a citizen in Germany. Most extraordinarily, Yun was given permission to compose while in prison and wrote 3 pieces during this time. One of the most poignant is Images, which was written in a guarded hospital room he had been held in after a physical breakdown. Inspired by the frescoes of the Great Tomb of Kangso, it was partly due to his visit that he was imprisoned by the Secret Service. Despite all that Isang Yun has faced in his lifetime, he has shown through his determination and heart that music cannot be silenced. I think today our world very badly needs music that brings us closer together, particularly because there are so many great problems that people everywhere are having to deal with. In order to be able to articulate these problems in art, we need a great deal of musical understanding.